flex. The livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar.
Real quick before I get out of here. Jake Paul, AJ, what round does AJ do it in?
Whenever
Just tell me.
Whenever he wants. But, you know, it's like, it doesn't... Jake Paul, obviously he's not a heavyweight, right? Or he's a cruiserweight. For a heavyweight, he will move well with decent speed. So it all depends what Jake Paul does. If he wants to go in there and somehow try and survive 1 round, 2 rounds, by moving around, holding, like... You know, there is a chance to do it.
Oh, God.
As soon as he gets hit clean on the chin, the fight's over.
It's over with.
So when that will come, it could come in the first 20 seconds. It might come in the 3rd round. I don't know. Like,
is AJ going to carry him?
No, absolutely never, ever, ever, ever. Because if you carry people in boxing, it's also dangerous. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Jake Paul is not, in my opinion, a world-class fighter. He can still punch. He's a decent size. And if you fuck around and then you end up trading up and getting caught, how embarrassing would that be? So we want him out of there ASAP. And we want to take the money and we want to go and have a nice Christmas.
3 rounds. Thank you, Eddie. Yeah. You already know what time it is. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. It ended with a right hand. You know, Eddie Hearn was hinting at 3 rounds. AJ got him out of there in 5. And these were 2-minute rounds, 8-round fight. Fatigue will make a liar out of you. Fatigue will make a coward out of you. Fatigue will also make you an honest man. Jake Paul will probably beat up the average man on the street. He'll probably beat up the novice in the gym. He can do some things. However, AJ looked like he was having fun in there. AJ looked like he was having fun in there, man. And I didn't expect AJ to lose this. Granted, there was no agreements. He made a decent pay. He made some decent change tonight. I heard it was up like 92 milli. And there was always that chance. 92 milli, you know, you take your foot off the gas. It's 2-minute rounds. Let me get to 8 and have them, and you win with a moral victory. I don't know. Maybe Jake Paul was really feeling himself, and he really thought that. Well, you know, you heard what he said. He thought AJ had no chin. He thought he had slow punches. But what happens is when you're fatigued, anyone that's been in the ring, when you're fatigued, it don't matter. And in boxing, you know, speed does make a difference, but timing negates speed. And everything that Jake Paul tried to do, AJ with basic boxing skills nullified everything that he did. And salute to y'all in the chat. I just wanted to get this. Listen, man. Y'all want to talk about running and clinching? Okay. Jake Paul is a real runner. Jake Paul is a real runner. Real runner. He was the footwork was that. If you look at this fight and look at what Alexander Usyk was doing, it's 2 totally different things. Too many steps. I wish I could explain it to y'all. I mean, he was literally jogging in the ring, and he was tied by the 3rd round. There was no pivoting. And when he started getting tired, he was clinching and falling to his knees. Whenever you see a fighter do that, they're tired, man. They're tired. And I said, it was after round 3, I said, you know, I picked him to win it. But I said, you know what? This ain't staged, because I'm looking at Jake. I'm like, yo, he's trying to survive. And AJ, he started accelerating. I don't recall listening to his corner work, but I can tell that either his corner told him, yo, smash the gas on this guy. He's ready to go. Or he just made a decision. You know, AJ's a professional. You know, I have my beef with him. But tonight, I'm like, man, you cannot lose to Jake Paul, bro. You cannot lose to Jake Paul. I'm not having that, man. That's just crazy. because a loss to Jake Paul, if AJ lost to Jake Paul, if he did a job for Jake Paul, then, look at boxing as a whole. Now, AJ was really trying to, listen, man, Jake Paul was a track star this evening. Y'all want to talk about running? Listen, man, I didn't see Jake Paul pick off any shots. His IQ was poor in comparison to a real ranked heavyweight. And he had a spoiler style. You know what a spoiler style is? A spoiler style is someone that'll make you look bad. And it's not you, it's that person. You feel me? He was spoiling what AJ was doing. Clinching, and then when he started falling on the floor, I said, nah, he tired. And then I saw how he got up off the floor and he buckled his own knee. I said, man, get out of here. Ain't nothing wrong with you. He was tired. He did everything but outside of literally turn his back and run from AJ. This was running 101. And it got to the point where he was so fatigued when he was throwing those Hail Mary, when Jake Paul was throwing those Hail Mary hooks, they landed on AJ. But two things. Jake, those were looping punches. And by the time they hit the target, although they might look good, and you see sweat come off of AJ's head, they're really not that powerful. They can be if you're a gifted puncher like a Deontay Wilder, or George Foreman, or Ernie Shavers. Jake Paul is not like that. So AJ, he ate those. He was never wobbled, nothing. This was a professional versus a novice. Y'all ever saw, listen. I tell this story all the time. Y'all ever, who in the chat plays ball? Like, you really good in the street. You play good street ball. You're really good. Or you knew someone who was like killer nice in ball on the street. Like killer nice. He's dunking through the legs and everything else. Have you ever seen them play against a professional NBA player? Different ball game. Different ball game. It's different. It's a different ball. When you see an NBA player come onto a street court, it's different. And that's what we saw. Jake Paul could do some things. But I told y'all leading up to this fight, there isn't anybody on AJ's resume from fight number 1 that Jake Paul could beat. Not one person. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. AJ's last 10 fights, his opponents, whether AJ won or lost, Jake Paul's not competing with any of them. Andy Ruiz, Dillian White, Robert Helenius. No. Sports Guy 17 in that super chat, much love. He said, man, this wasn't even a sparring session for AJ. Yeah, I'm sure AJ had, matter of fact, I know he had harder sparring sessions. He got knocked out by Danny Dubois. This was easy money for him. This was easy money. But what did we learn from this? Nothing. I've learned nothing. Because this was supposed to happen. Brothers UK, salute. What's the atmosphere across the pond right now, Brothers UK? Are they partying? Are they partying over there in the UK? Party it up, man. Oh, I got a question. Brothers UK, I got a question. I'm listening to your national anthem, and I'm like, those aren't the words I remember. When did they change the words? When the Queen died? I was like, what is this, the remix? Yeah, it was different. I said, oh, wait, hold on. I'm like, oh, that don't sound right. They changed the national anthem. I didn't know that. Wow. Oh, yeah, Charles Martin would have killed him. Charles Martin would have killed Jake. Listen, man, Jake is a marketing scheme. Look at he's spitting out blood. AJ beat him up, bro. AJ beat him up. This went exactly, Mr. Mont, exactly. This went exactly how it was supposed to go. I thought it was going to go in 3. You know what I'm saying? Charles too, and you know what? That's another thing. When Jake did land because he hit AJ at least 3 good times. Didn't do anything, but he was hitting him with shit that wasn't supposed to be landing. Remove Jake and insert Deontay, and AJ on the floor, bro. He's on the floor. You know what I mean? This went exactly how I thought it was gonna go. Jake was just, he's not a pro fighter. He's not a pro fighter. The only reason why he didn't get Jake out of here like how he got Francis Ngannou was because Ngannou is a real fighter, and he thought he had a deep enough skill set where he can compete. And he was wrong. And that's what I said over on Blue's page. Don't tell me that this guy could get Francis Ngannou out in 2 goddamn rounds, and he won't be able to catch up to Jake Paul. And I know there's trainers that watch the show or whatever, but I mean, look, just watch Jake Paul's watch how he was performing in the ring. It's awful, bro. The footwork was awful. He was running, it was too much footwork. He could have cut his steps in half and understood how to work angles and clinch. He'd have saved a lot of energy. But what happens is I'm looking at that right hand right now. Jesus Christ. When you do certain things in the gym and you don't do it enough, you resort to what comes naturally. I've seen guys get hit in the body, and by like the 3rd or 4th round of sparring, when they keep getting hit in the body, they start lifting up their leg and curling. It's like, whoa, calm down. Remain disciplined. Why are you picking your leg up, man? Why are you picking your goddamn leg up? Don't do that. Brothers UK said, not sure. Never heard of that. Yeah, it was. The national anthem was not what I remember it. They start singing about the king. I was like, huh? Wait a minute. Something happened? Or maybe it's just me. I don't know what I'm talking about. And salute to y'all in the chat. I just had to get this on and popping. I know there's a lot of people partying that Jake got dumped on his head, but here I go. I'm gonna start some bullshit now. Y'all ready? Here I go with some bullshit, man. Here I go with some bullshit. I'm not gonna give AJ too much flack for this because he literally had to chase Jake Paul around the ring and close the distance. He was running, and then there was no clinch counter for Jake Paul, right? There's no clinch counter, and no one's gonna call him a runner. They're gonna say he has balls. Y'all gonna see. There's gonna be people, aha, Jake, you lost, aha. But there's gonna be people saying, well, he had the balls to get in there. No one's gonna call him a runner. No one's gonna say, oh man, you clinching. No one's gonna, they're not gonna call him a runner, and they're not gonna say that he needs a clinch counter. You're not gonna hear that because it's Jake Paul. You're not gonna hear that. But here I go with my bullshit though. Watch this. He got in there though, right? He went from about to fight Tank Davis to being Tank Davis-esque, fighting the smallest guy, one of the smallest guys in boxing that's popular, to one of the biggest guys in boxing that's popular. And we could say at least Jake got in there. Is Tank ever going to get in there with any of his contemporaries? I was on Blue's page, and I said, yo, with this fight, as soon as the bell ring, does Jake Paul have a better resume than Tank? No, I'm not going to go that far. But I'll say he has bigger nuts. Pause. I know you Tank fans, y'all start foaming at the mouth now. You said Tank nuts? Where? Right. Jake didn't have to do this, bro. He didn't have to do this. But he did it. Blue, what up? Hey, bro, you ain't missed nothing. All Truth Blue. Bro, you ain't missed nothing, bro. 5th round, AJ stopped him. Jake he got tired in round 3. He was fumbling all around the ring. And He closed the distance, hit him with a right hand, and he faked the leg injury the round before. You saw the difference between a street baller and an NBA player. If y'all know, y'all know. It's different. It's just different. Oh, the link. Oh no, I'm not dropping no links. I'm about to close this up in a second. It was on Netflix. It was on Netflix. AJ is still signing autographs. He ain't even leaving the ring yet. Oh my God, he's getting mobbed, bro. Be careful, AJ. It's Miami, man. It's Miami. It's Miami. Shout out to Alicia Baumgartner. She was dominant. Shout out to Anderson the Spider Silva. Caught a knockout. Salute to Tyrone Woodley. He did the best he can. You know what I mean? Wasn't a bad event. AJ got on. I'm looking at this chain. I'm not into the gold and shit anymore. That chain looked like it's about 50 racks on his neck. The chain looked like it's 50 racks. That's crazy. But I'm glad. I'm gonna say this. I'm glad he didn't come to lose. I'm glad he didn't come to lose, because I was concerned. And you gotta understand, I don't fuck with AJ, but he's boxing was on the line tonight, y'all. In all seriousness. If he came in here and did a job, if it went 8 and he still won on the cards, I'd have been pissed. I'd have been pissed. He's celebrating the hell again. He ain't even take off his gloves yet. Damn, he's high-fiving and everything, man. Boxing was on the line tonight. You supposed to separate yourself. I'm a former unified, 2-time unified champion. You're not supposed to be in here with me, but if you want to give me $92 million to beat your face in, I'm gonna do that. I'm so glad he didn't come in here and do a job. This was for boxing. Jake Paul is what he is. He's a marketing scheme. He's a marketing scheme, and AJ's a professional. Period. That's just what that's it. That's it. So for those who are glad that Jake Paul lost, that I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. He puts himself out there, and this is what it is. He thought he could do this. He got in there. I give him that much credit. But AJ chased him around the ring and fucked him up. AJ chased him around the ring and fucked him up. And that's how it was supposed to go. So, yeah, Dave, I'm glad he won. AJ's still a weirdo, man. But, bull crap aside, he absolutely had to win this, bro. And it had to end like this. It had to end like this. Damn, AJ showing everybody love. Respect to him for that. People are running down there and taking pictures with him. It's Miami, bro. Stay your ass in the hotel, bro. Don't do it. Look at these hoes running up on him. Look. Don't touch AJ. Do not touch. Bro. He in America, bro. He in America. Do not. Yeah, keep your gloves on, bro. Do not touch. Go away, bro. Go away. You in Miami, bro. Do not. Get away from those women. Get away from those dudes. Yo. Get away from those dudes, bro. Yo, I just watched this nigga walk away from the girls, which is cool because those girls are problems. But now he's surrounded by dudes. You know what? Let me turn. Okay, this is the part where I turn off Netflix. I turn off Netflix because that was creepy just now. At least Jake Paul got in there. Jake got in there. And we can't say the same for Tank. 92 million he made tonight, y'all, for 5 rounds worth of work in the glorified sparring session. So, yeah, AJ, good job. That was for boxing. You separated yourself. Now you can holler at Turkey and see what you got going on. And by the way, other than Jake Paul not being a real ranked heavyweight boxer, you walk to the ring like your Hulk Hogan singing I'm a Real American. I said, that's not good. Secondly, he came to the ring with that, who's that wild ass rapper kid? Kankashi 6ix9ine, that dude. He came to the ring with him. I was like, yeah, it's over, bro. So you lost off of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, salute. AJ got his bread. Now watch this, y'all. Y'all tell us, hey man, don't be mad at a black man getting his bread. Hey man, I'm not. Get your bread, AJ. I just didn't want him to lose. You understand what I'm talking about? Get your bread. I just didn't want him to lose. That would have bothered me. I did not want him to lose. That would have bothered the hell out of me. Because boxing was on the line. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Oh, man. You came out like Hulk Hogan with Tekashi 6ix9ine, man. You was doomed, bro. Doomed. But I'm glad it ended. I wanted it to end a little earlier, but maybe I'll goof around with that live. Who has more heart, Jake Paul or Tank? Oh man, but hey man, I'm gonna close this up. I'm gonna head over to the Generals page, man. Let's see what everyone's talking about over there, man. Salute to y'all. Hype the video, share the video, man. Thank you, AJ, for not doing the job. You know what I'm saying? Fight Deontay. Stop being a bitch. Now I'll catch y'all on Sunday, man. Bronx on deck.